Ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing today? It is RatedR reporting live from a studio where the magic happens. Now today, we're going to be listening to some more embarrassing sexual confessions. So I must warn you, the content in this video may be a little bit dicey. I personally don't know because I'm going in just as blind as you guys are. But now the disclaimer's out of the way, let's get into the video.
She farted while we were doing it.
Okay, embarrassing, yes. Uncommon, no. And when it's during the business, when you're doing the deed, it's not called a fart. A fart is such an ugly word for a situation like that. It's called a love toot. That's a better word. And again, these things happen. People get nervous or have like a sudden buildup of gas. It's not a problem. You gotta just ignore it, move on. Don't let a sudden moment ruin the mood. By all means, talk about it after, have a good laugh about it, but don't bring it up during. Just soldier on, carry on.
There was air that was trying to find their way out of places, and it did so at the worst times.
Queefing loudly during sex.
Sometimes if you're having sex, and then the guy abruptly exits, there will be sounds of gas that come out of the girl's vagina, and that's probably the most embarrassing thing ever. But if you can just laugh it off with your partner, it's fine.
Oh, can I try something here? I may have a confession of my own. Hold on. So on the back of the set, I walked in on her and him basically getting at it in the changing rooms, and then I walked in the door, didn't even knock. The door wasn't locked anyway, so nothing should have been going on in there. And as the door opened, they both looked at me and was like, "Do you want to join?" And I'm like, No, I don't want to join. We're on the set in 5 minutes. What are y'all doing? Nah, I'm kidding. That never happened. But I saw an opportunity to get in the picture and I took it. And going back to my last point, whatever noise comes out of whatever place, you just got to move on. Carry on what you're doing. By all means, have a good laugh about it after. That's totally up to you guys and whatever the moment brings you to. But just move on. Just carry on. Don't let it ruin the moment. It's your duty to be mature and just carry on.
Oh, this one just happened recently. But I was going down on my girlfriend, and she lives on the main floor, the ground floor of her house. And her cat was sitting in the window looking all cute, whatever. And I was kind of facing the window looking down while she was lying down. And her dad came up to the window to look at the cat. And I looked up in that moment, and me and her dad made eye contact as I was literally going down on his daughter.
Oh, so her dad went to the window to go see the cat and then looked in and saw you eating his daughter's cat. Or, any other synonym of that word. Or what if the cat snitched on you? He might have been at the window hey, daddy, come have a look at this shit. I mean, I don't know how I would feel about having another animal in the room anyway. It would tend to throw you off, wouldn't it? Cats tend to stare at you as well. Could you imagine, going down on your girlfriend and the cat staring at you Honestly, it would freak me the fuck out. Who do you make eye contact with, the cat or your girlfriend? The answer is neither. You make eye contact with her dad who's peeping through the window right now.
So I was in bed with a guy, and my dog was in the room as well, and he took the biggest shit on the bed. So we didn't know where the smell was coming from. It got really awkward, and things stopped.
You see, this backs up my point. Leave the animals downstairs. They shouldn't be witnessing this stuff anyway. It's an intimate bond between two people, and animals tend to be a little bit unpredictable. Evidently, he took a shit on your bed just to disrupt the entire situation. And you can't exactly leave it. You have to clean that up, whether you're dressed or not. I mean, how do we know that the dog wasn't traumatized to a point where he shit himself? I'm telling you, man, you can't take the dog upstairs with you. You have to leave it downstairs. It could do anything. It could lick a booty hole or something. You can't do it, man. You got to leave him downstairs.
I practice a lot of kink relationships. I usually take a dominant role, and very recently I was with someone, and I was at a loss for vocabulary, and I started to stammer, and I called her a tiny woman. And hurry up. I've not seen that person again.
Nah, bro, you can't leave it there. I need to know what the kink is. What was going on? What was the role play? What were you doing? Like, I need more info. Like, was it bondage? Was it pain? Was it S&M? Was it like a foot fetish? Latex? What was it? Because if she has a humiliation kink, you play the role pretty well. You call her a tiny. I want to know the context as well. Like, what was you saying, like, leading up to that? Oh, yeah, I'm going to give it to you, you tiny woman. That's fucking hilarious.
Be at my girlfriend's house in high school and her dad coming home and having to sneak out pretty much butt naked.
Oh, shit. What if he was like a military dad? Like a big, massive, buff, bald guy, tattoos, absolutely ready for war. You would be terrified. Especially if you were hidden like a dead end. Imagine if you like panicked and hid in the closet or something. You know he's coming, you just don't know when, and you're stark bollock naked. You're like, it's going to be, everything's hanging out in front of her dad. Like, what would you even do? You'd have to break up with her. There's no way you can continue that relationship. And you just know it's going around the school as well. You're done for. Your reputation's done for. You'll have to move out of town. That's if you even make it out alive, bro. That might be your final moment.
I think it was like a hookup scenario and you think you know the person and they've built this like idea of who they are to you, and you get there and they don't look anything like the person that they sent you photos of or were dating online or were chatting with, and I'm that person that will just be like, I'm sorry man, I'm not into this, and I just had to leave.
And rightfully so. Maybe more for your own safety. You can't stick around and feel sorry for someone who lied about their entire identity just to lure you to a place. I mean, who knows what kind of ulterior motive they had? They might have wanted to get you jumped, or you genuinely could be in danger. And I don't know what the person catfishing's expecting to achieve. If you're meeting up with the person, they're going to see who you actually are. And then what are you expecting them to do? Just look past the fact you lied to them for all of that time and expect to build a sound relationship out of it? You've just lied to that person for probably months. And you're expecting just to live like happily ever after. It makes absolutely no sense. Absolute waste of everyone's time.
Oh, okay, so I had on a wig, right? And I know it wasn't on properly, but we didn't discuss anything about, like, you know, having sex. So, you know, it happened and things got a bit heated and he pulled my hair and it just was like, shoop.
No. Just like, imagine if it was like dark and he didn't realize, and he's like pulling the hair and he's like able to lift it. He might have thought your head had come off or something. So I'm guessing underneath you have one like one of them caps on. So what, will a plunger stick to it? Will that still work? You can like pull on the plunger a little bit. That'll work, right? And regardless of whether you think you might be having sex or not, your wig's gotta be secure. Imagine if you're walking down the street and a strong gust of wind gets you and it blows in like a canal or something. You gotta continue walking around with your girlfriend. She's looking like 50 Cent with a do-rag on. It's not a good look.
One morning I woke up and I usually didn't stay over at this guy's place, and I decided to one night, and I woke up and he had built a pillow barrier down the bed between us, and I was like, do I smell? Did I fart? Like, what happened in my sleep that this happened?
You punched him. For sure, you punched him. Or kicked him. One of the two. There is no other reason to put a pillow barrier between you both. You punched him or attacked him in your sleep. You're a violent sleeper. Maybe you were having a crazy dream. You were being robbed in the middle of the street and you just started kicking and punching and screaming, ah! Get off me, you fuck! Or maybe it was just a really hot night and you were trying to cuddle him. Guys don't like being cuddled in the heat, but I guess it's just another mystery that we'll never figure out.
I was going down on a girl, and she was quiet, so I didn't think anything of it. And then I realized that she'd fallen asleep. That was pretty embarrassing.
I mean, are you sure she was asleep? You might have sucked her to death. I don't know how to take that. She should have been, like, enjoying herself. Maybe your head game's weak. Maybe you need to brush up on the tongue action a little bit. Go side to side and up and down. You know, spice things up a little bit. The bare minimum you should be doing when giving someone head is keeping them awake. They should really like have their eyes rolling back, twitching like, oh my god, like not that kind of stuff. But hey, it is what it is. You live and learn. I suggest you practice on a donut for next time. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to leave it there because I've literally just run out of clips to use. But I thoroughly enjoy making these videos, I can't lie. I find myself like really in my element. Stuff comes to my head a lot quicker. I don't know why, maybe I'm just a pervert. But I really hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Rated R. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Please take care and peace.